Has anyone else noticed this weird hatred going on for Minecraft in the past few years? Maybe it's just me, but I feel like every day I see some post about the game being lazy and unfun. Minecraft is like another parent to me. I've been into this game since 2011. That's 13 years of my life. There's so much I love about it, and a lot of people must agree with me because it's the best-selling game of all time. But it would definitely be unfair to say it doesn't have its faults. No game is perfect, and Minecraft is definitely included in that. So what are the problems people have with Minecraft recently? Why are people frustrated? One popular thing I see brought up a lot are the recent updates. The update I saw getting the most criticism was the 1.20 Trails and Trials update. This introduced cherry blossom trees, camels, bamboo, and archaeology. Yeah, you can find suspicious dirt or sand in the ground and brush it to get a variety of things depending on where you find it. This includes emerald, pottery shards, coal, tools, and other stuff. The pottery shards can make pots with designs on them based on what you find. They're a good decoration, but are they really worth that effort? You can go to the nearest village with a stack of sticks and come out with emeralds. And diamonds aren't that hard to come by if you either explore around or go mining for an hour. Why bother with the archaeology stuff? Another thing this update added still makes me mad. Before 1.20, you could use a smithing table to turn your diamond armor and weapons into netherite with just one piece. It was a great way to keep your enchantments and made netherite farming less tedious. But Mojang thought, that's too easy. And now we have smithing templates. They are required to upgrade diamond to netherite. They can only be found in bastion remnants, and they are one use each. Once you have one, you can use it to make more, but it takes 7 diamonds. So now, if you want to upgrade your full diamond armor set, you not only have to spend an hour getting the ingots, but you need to find a bastion and have 21 diamonds ready to make 3 more, just for armor. It is the most frustrating, pointless update ever. Netherite farming is already tedious. It takes forever to craft a single ingot. I will never be over this change. I get netherite is supposed to be hard to get because it's so strong, but it's already hard to get. Why does it have to be even harder? Other useless stuff has been added in the past few years. Copper wasn't really touched by Mojang after its initial release, but they've taken advantage of it in the newest update, and I think it looks pretty good. It's just such a shame they waited so long to show it off, and it still really is useless. Mob-wise, I can think of 3 wastes of my time. Looking at the sniffers just makes me sad. All they do is sniff blocks and give you 1 of 2 seeds for decorative plants. That's it. After it digs out a single thing, it has an 8-minute cooldown. This mob has one job and it needs 8 minutes to do it. Why? Why add this? The second one is the most universally hated mob I've seen. The Phantom was advertised as a scary feature to make sleeping more enticing and night more dangerous. This was a cool idea in theory, but now we have... They're annoying little pests that do little damage when you have any ounce of armor. They add no scare factor. It ruins the experience of players who don't stay in one spot and players who are away from home for extended periods that don't want to reset their spawns. And they don't even look scary. This last mob, while cute, is the most frustrating thing I've ever dealt with. The glow squid. The only thing glow squids add is glowing item frames and signs, and yet they were voted in by an overwhelming majority against 2 mobs that could have added more life to the game at the time. Which brings me to the mob vote. Every once in a while, Mojang throws out a poll with random mobs they've designed. The most popular one wins. All of the mobs I just listed are from these polls. Recently, they've done them through their website to make sure only actual players can vote, but before that, we had Twitter. If you don't know, when the Glow Squid mob vote released, the Dream SMP was at its peak viewership. And do you know who was pushing for the Glow Squid? Dream. He sent millions of fans toward that mob, many of which didn't even play the game, and later said he did it because he could. We lost Mooblooms because he could. Besides this frustrating, really annoying incident, a lot of the mobs they choose are very single-use based or completely useless. They have to do this because they need to justify not putting all 3 in. I don't think it's to be lazy, I want to specify that, it's their way of interacting with the community. But the problem with the poll is if you shoot out 3 great ideas and only 1 gets in, those 2 other great ideas are gone forever and the crowd that picked them are unhappy. If you put in 3 useless things, no one's going to be happy, and if you put it in a mixed bag and the worst one wins, pitchforks will be at your door. So why do the mob vote at all? It seems like a lose-lose situation so far. Minecraft has another problem that isn't really its own fault. It's always been a popular game on YouTube, and some of those YouTubers don't end up being good people. Take Dream for instance, who I just talked about. He's got a ton of controversy surrounding him. Some other big examples I can think of off the top of my head are SkyDoesMinecraft, Jinbop, and Wilbur Soot. There's never been that good of a reputation for Minecraft creators. Some of these controversies, like Jinbop for instance, might be connected to the younger audiences Minecraft YouTubers have, which is another thing people have pointed out as a reason for not liking the game. Specifically, big fandoms that spawn from Minecraft like the Dream SMP and Hermitcraft. I can see how this is annoying. That big YouTube audience is how the Glow Squid won. But honestly, fandom culture is always toxic. This isn't exclusive to Minecraft, so I don't think it's fair to say the game sucks because a lot of 14-year-old girls like the YouTuber playing it, even if some of them are really annoying about it. We've all been excited kids before. And again, there's no such thing as a toxic free fandom. A criticism I see and want to argue against is that Mojang is lazy. I don't personally think an update once or twice a year is bad. I feel lucky we're still getting updates after over a decade. There's very few games that do this and aren't free-to-play gachas. You have to remember they're not only adding things, they're making sure those things don't break the game, making sure it's still compatible for modders, and cleaning out bugs. I would much rather have an experience I know wasn't rushed. I can see the issue that comes into play when the updates suck, but I think the most recent update was pretty good and showed a lot of effort. The trials are really fun to explore and add a new mob with a cool power I've loved playing with. It's nice to get an update on the paintings too. We've been short on those forever. I saw this post that said, Minecraft if it wasn't lazy, and it was some heavily modded gameplay where you're shooting some monster in the nether. Maybe it's because I don't like very hard games, but I don't like the idea of there having to be challenging mobs everywhere in every area, and I think adding guns is pretty stupid. It doesn't fit. Minecraft doesn't have to be heavily detailed or realistic. That's never what it's been about. There are some additions I personally don't like. I miss the old zombie pigmen so much. They actually look like Minecraft pigs. The new ones look like the piglins, which makes sense, but why did they have to make the change in the first place? And the new redstone torches. Come on. The new caving sucks for me. The idea is really cool, I like the new biomes. It's kind of hard to explore them when every other cave is underwater, though. The caves I find almost always look the same, too. Are the biomes rare or something? I never find lush caves. If I get to find a deep dark cave, the skulk trigger is always missing. Caves are just giant craters, there's not many paths you can follow, and if there are, they usually just lead to another crater. And I really missed when they added removed Herobrine to updates. It was a nice little detail. Why remove it? I don't want this video to be all negative, so I'm going to end it by talking about some things I do love. I consider myself a creative person, and Minecraft has a lot of avenues for exploring that. I love working with redstone. I spent a lot of time in the past year building a lot of mini games for my friends and I. My favorite is probably the Pig Race or Wipeout. We've also got this cool hidden bar in a train station and the surprise trapdoor in a church that leads to, well... Building in Minecraft also brings out a lot of creativity for me. As a kid, I loved building cities with different buildings in them. One of my favorite things to build were hotels. I felt so cool making tall buildings. Here's my house in my friend group server, and here's some other cool things I've built in it and my other worlds. This one I'm really proud of. It took 4 people and a lot of cherry blossom trees. Here's the room I decorated for myself. Pretty neat, huh? I've mentioned my friends a few times, and a part of Minecraft's appeal for me is its multiplayer access. I love playing with my friends. Some of my best memories are with them. I used to sit on the couch at my mom's friend's place with the other kids, and we'd all play Pocket Edition together. When I hung out with my best friend, we'd play together and do whatever we wanted. It was one of my favorite things to do. Even online, there were a lot of people I met and became close to because of this game. I'm a big fan of Minecraft not really having any official goals. I get to decide what I want. It never forces you to go kill the Ender Dragon or get the best armor you can, and if you're not into building, you're never forced to build yourself some massive house. You can focus on combat or mining or building or exploring, and it won't interfere with your game experience. It's freeing not being forced to do something you don't want to. Every game has at least one loathable part of it, but Minecraft doesn't force you to do anything you'd hate. It's like a choose-your-own adventure. I know people who have played for years and never beaten the Ender Dragon. Everyone plays it differently. The first thing I personally do is explore until I find a nice place to build, outline a house, go mining, finish the house, upgrade to diamond and enchant everything, then go beat the Ender Dragon. I have friends who just mine and go straight to the fight, and friends who just build and creative. I have friends who do hardcore and friends who like to complete everything. But you don't have to do any of this. You get to choose, and I love that. Minecraft isn't perfect. There's flaws, there always will be, but I still love it, flaws and all. So if you really hate Minecraft, that's okay. But if you've never played it or you won't because you hear negative things, I beg you to try it out. I really meant it when I said it's been my favorite game for 13 years. Maybe Minecraft isn't meant for everyone, but it is for me.